Hey everyone, it is actually Friday, February 16th, a very small slate of college basketball games tonight. Do have 5 plays here. I'm just going to run by real quick. First of all, I actually have VCU at St. Louis. VCU is actually 4.5 points favorite on the road. They are 16-8, but they've won 8 of 9, playing pretty well. All 9 of those games, they have allowed 67 points or fewer. So they're kind of doing that old school thing they used to do when they started playing pretty good defense. So they're kind of back at it. During this stretch of games that they've won, they actually beat SLU already. They beat them by 24 points. So, 4.5 on the road doesn't seem so crazy. Obviously, St. Louis is having that miserable year. Now 9-15, lost 7 of 8 games. They scored 65 points or fewer in 5 of those 8. So again, not scoring a ton of points. Last couple of games they actually did, but for the most part, they're just not scoring a lot of points, not playing very good D, losing a bunch of games. And VCU is kind of doing their, like I said, they're doing their old school thing. We're playing great D and just winning games. So we'll take them. I'll give the 4.5 points. Doesn't bother me. Next game is Mount St. Mary's, 1.5 favorites on the road at Ryder. Again, neither team is great. Mount St. Mary's is 11-13, so they're actually under 500, but they do have 4 straight wins, so it's pretty nice. Won by 4, 7, 17, and 18, so they're playing well. I don't know if it's just a little blip or just kind of flick the switch, whatever it is, but they're playing good ball, winning games. Ryder 8-16, so pretty miserable year, 3 straight losses, so they're going through a thing. In those 3 losses, their defense allowed 77, 84, and 94. So again, one team, I shouldn't say either team is great, but one team is playing well and winning. One team is playing poorly, particularly defensively, and actually losing. So I'll take Mount St. Mary's. I know it's a road game, but just 1.5, only 1 bucket. I'm okay with that. Next game, Yale at Penn. This will be my favorite play of the night. Yale is just a 5.5 point favorite on the road at Penn. Yale is 16-6 on the year, but won 9 straight. They're still undefeated in the conference. I said before, they're really just the 3, there's 3 pretty good teams in the conference, and then everybody else is, kind of at the bottom. And they just got done knocking off the other 2 good teams in the conference. Yale did, so they're the only undefeated team left in the conference. Beat Cornell, beat Princeton, did their job there. Penn, on the other hand, is 9-13. They've lost 6 straight games. They're at the bottom of the conference. They've allowed 70-plus points in 9 of 10 games. Only one they didn't was against Dartmouth, who is also a pretty bad team. So Yale just given 5.5 points. I think they'll blow them out. I think it's a pretty easy win. Game 4, Jacksonville is actually at Queens. 151.5 is the total, 151.5. I'm going to take the over, basically a 77-75 game. If you look at Jacksonville's KenPom numbers, they're basically sub 200 and everything. So doesn't necessarily scream over, but really it's all about Queens. 326 in defense and 8th in pace. So again, it's one of those teams that just runs and guns, but they give up a ton of points because they're just horrible defense and all those extra possessions. So going back basically from the 1st of December, 22 games, 20 of those have gone over this number. The other 2 were 149, 150 points. So just basically a bucket off. So that's how good. So again, I don't expect this to be the game of the last 23 that all of a sudden they're, no one's going to score. So I do expect this game to hit 152. Like I said, it's all about Queens in this one. A final game, New Mexico at San Diego State. 2 pretty good teams, no doubt about it. I'm really just looking at the team total for New Mexico. It's sitting at 72.5, and I'm going to take the over, 72.5. I know San Diego State, good team, always play with good defense, but New Mexico obviously has had a great offense this year. They're averaging 82.8 games, so 82.8 points per game, which is basically 10 points over what we're looking at here. 11 straight times they've hit at least 73, which is what we're looking for. And on the year, 23-2 going over this number. So they've only been 2 games all year. I think one might have been the first game of the year where they didn't hit this number. So again, could be the magic game where all of a sudden they just don't score against a really good defense. Fine, but 23-2, I'm going to go ahead and take it. So 5 plays tonight. I think we're going to be looking good. If you don't mind, just hitting the like and subscribe. Always appreciate that sort of thing, and good luck tonight.